So I've also been asked to share a little story about some of the SwitchPoints that happened here last year, and I'm really excited about this one. I'm a big music fan. And at last year's SwitchPoint, the good co-founder, Casey Caplow, was here and chatted with the beat-making labs. And through an unlikely series of events, we at Good relaunched our website as a new social platform for social good. So the way that LinkedIn is for your professional social self and Facebook is for interacting with your friends, the Good online platform that we relaunched last year is where you come together to engage in civic engagement and social enterprise. And on the first day that we launched, we featured beat-making labs. And within 6 hours of that post going live on our website, they got a call from PBS asking to syndicate their work through a documentary series. So that's one very real switch point that happened here last year. And it's my pleasure and my honor to welcome Stephen and Pierce from Beatmaking Labs.
Hey, everybody. Okay, cool. So are you guys, we're just going to hang out up here for a bit? Okay, cool. I'm not trying to kick you off stage or anything. Okay, cool. So my name is Pierce Freelon. This is Apple Juice Kid. We teach in the music department at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Oh, there's some Tar Heels in the building. That's great. And yeah, that's our sign. We teach an interesting new kind of class, and it's a new curriculum for the music department. If you look at music departments around the country, around the world even, and the type of offerings that they make, you'll see classes on jazz and classical music and salsa, a bunch of different types of genres, but there aren't many electronic music production classes or curriculums. So Apple Juice and the chair of our department, Dr. Mark Katz, founded the Beatmaking Lab in 2011, and I joined them to co-teach the class in 2012. Now, April of last year, we were here on the stage, very fresh in our collaboration as musicians and professors, and very green up here, nervous on stage, presenting about something we were about to go do, which is we crowdsourced money to build a beat-making lab at a community center in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. So the idea for that came out of, we found in Beat-Making Lab a really inspiring curriculum and something that had potential application in a community setting beyond just the university space. So, you know, you can get your 3 credit hours, and it's great that we're offering this kind of new innovative curriculum. But when you look at the music that young people in North Carolina and around the world are listening to, they're listening to hip-hop, they're listening to dance music and reggae, R&B. But the tools to create this music are not widely taught. So we raised the money to build our first beat-making lab in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. We were here at SwitchPoint to talk about it, and one of the first people we met is this glowing ball of positive energy, Aaron, and he was like, "You guys are rad," and we were like, "Oh, you're awesome." We had a group hug of sorts, and he was like, "I got to get you guys to Rio," and we were like, "Oh my goodness," we were very excited. So Rio plus social, very much like the energy in this room here. You have innovators, you have entrepreneurs, you have artists, you have technologists, and people that just want to make the world a better place. And we were a part of that dialogue. As a matter of fact, we were speaking sandwiched between Ted Turner and Richard Branson. So we were, it was really amazing. You can switch to the next slide. You know, the United Nations Foundation really took us under their wing. They nurtured us, they believed in us. And so that was, like you said, a very real switch point. And when we got there, we made even more switch points, more connections with more innovators and collaborators. So after Rio Plus Social, we can click, we connected with, oh, sorry, that's Rio Plus Social. So the next one of our next collaborators was the Social Good Summit. And this was something you mentioned, 90-second Why, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Mashable, they were all involved, and we met them all at Rio Plus Social. And one of the most unique and powerful beat-making experiences of my life took place during our presentation at the Social Good Summit. And I actually want to show you a little clip of that experience now and talk about how it relates to what we're doing here. Can we pump up the volume a bit? The Social Good Summit. The Social Good Summit. Thank you, Miss Jane Goodall. Okay, thank you. So, as you can see in the video clip, we had the honor and privilege of speaking before Miss Jane Goodall, one of the great activists of our time. And we did something, somewhat of a model that we're attempting to replicate elsewhere. It's called artivism. When you take art and you mix that with activism and you create something new, you create something unique. And what we did there was very impromptu. She was just the speaker before us. So as she was exiting the stage, I was like, you want to make a beat real quick? And so I escorted Miss Goodall back to the microphone. She made some chimpanzee noises while Apple Juice was tapping out at 808 on the MPC, and we created with her. So that in itself was a switch point, but what happened afterwards was even more spectacular. We were backstage holding hands in a very kumbaya moment with Miss Goodall afterwards, and she said, that was an amazing experience. I wanna work with you guys so we can begin to create music and start getting young people involved with what she's trying to do with the Jane Goodall Foundation and use music and hip hop and electronic production to help tell a story that can only be told through an experience like that, through an interactive kind of engaging musical experience. So that long-winded thing was my first story about how SwitchPoint really radically changed our lives. And there's two more SwitchPoint stories that I'm gonna have Apple Juice continue.
Hello, my name is Stephen, also Apple Juice Kid. I want to add one more thing to the Jane Goodall. Pierce did not say, Jane Goodall, would you please make a beat? Her assistant said, if you say to Jane Goodall, I would like to use the sounds of the forest, then she will definitely say yes. So that was the exact, and so we said, Jane Goodall, can we use the sounds of the forest with us? And she was like, sure. So I think she was surprised that it turned into like this beat. So yeah, I want to talk about another switch point here. I feel like we're the poster children of this conference. And backstage, more specifically about our relationship with Good, I saw Casey sitting down right before he was about to speak, and I'm DJing the conference. And I just went and sat next to him. I said, I heard a lot about your site, Good. Can you tell me more about it? And he talked about he's the co-founder. And I got his card, and I thought, one day I'll possibly email him. So fast forward a few months later, we get back from the Congo. We are just launching our first 3-minute video that we're hoping someone like CNN will see, or we don't know what the possibility is. One of the 10 people I emailed was Casey, and I didn't think he'd remember me, but he said, this is perfect timing. We just launched our social site, and we need content today. And luckily, I had a good piece of content of a 3-minute video from East Africa showing the youth making beats with us. And the video did very well on the site that day. And like Mary said, PBS called us 6 hours later. And we were very happy about that. So with PBS, a direct result of SwitchPoint, we now have the funding to do beatmaking labs around the world. We just got back from Senegal doing an all-female beatmaking lab with the assistance of IntraHealth. And in about 2 weeks, we're about to go to Fiji and do one there. So.
Okay, cool. So, and I want to talk about the Senegal Beatmaking Lab specifically as it relates to our hosts this evening or afternoon, morning. Whoa. See, we just got back from Senegal like less than a week ago, so my clock's still a little bit off. Please forgive me. But yes, so the Senegal Beatmaking Lab was something we branded. Can you open up your jacket? It was Beats for Health. Speak Up Africa was one of the collaborators. And on the back, Beats for Health. And so what does that mean, Beats for Health? It was an artivism project, again, taking art and the activism that groups like IntraHealth are doing and groups like Speak Up Africa are doing to help raise the platform and the profile of some of the health-related issues of West Africa through the voices of the youth there. So we worked with a group of 7 young women. You can switch to the next picture. These are some of the young women we worked with. Pop, you may recognize this beach. This is the beach where they're doing squats and like working out. Muscle Beach. So there's a very robust like health culture in Senegal. You drive by the beach, they're pushing car tires and exercising a lot. And so we took advantage of that, and we used that mantra of work. That was our theme for the song that we made with the young women. And this was an idea that they came up with. So there's and Speak Up Africa was a partner in helping us brainstorm around this as well. There was an agreement made at a conference a few years ago that that over 40 African countries signed up to devote 15% of their budgets to health and healthcare by 2015. I believe that's the statistic. And so the song that the women wrote was about holding governments accountable to that 15%. And the theme that they wrote about was we got to work for 15%. We got to work. So this is a scene from our music video. And there's one more photo of the young women here. There's a beatmaking lab in Senegal at a community center called Blaise Senghor. These women are there on a daily basis making beats, crafting songs, and it's all because of the help of IntraHealth and some of the other partners that we met in this space. So thank you, SwitchPoint, for allowing us to blossom and grow. And I can't wait. Some of y'all need to get your network on. Pull out your business cards. Start meeting the people around here in this room, because there's an amazing group of people. An amazing group of people. So with that, I think my time's about up, but we are about to have a rockin' party during lunch. And I've got my briefcase here. We're about to take all our DJ equipment and go right outside down the hill on that little outdoor amphitheater. So are y'all ready for some music? I said, are y'all ready for some music? Who's hungry? Y'all want some food? All right, get the food. Meet us outside. Thank you so much. We love you. Peace.